Hello everyone, I'm CoolGuy, welcome back, and today I would like to talk about the future of PvP in Destiny, and I'm a little concerned. You need to understand that when I talk about Destiny, I talk about the overall health of the game. So in this video, I'm going to talk about a lot of things, multiple things, not just the topic of the video. The things that I discuss, they all coexist into one thing, Destiny PvP, so this video is an opportunity for me to give some of my thoughts on the rumors, to give feedback on the current state of the game, why some of those things need attention. I have my opinions and you're going to have yours. And what's been really nice about the community here is that the comment section is always really respectful. So when it's your time, keep to that, please. Drive conversation, make your points clear. As an example, when I say I'm concerned about Destiny's PvP going into the future, I can see someone typing, oh, well, just now? What about the past 5 years, lol? There's no need for that. That doesn't really help anyone. The point of voicing your concern is to be heard. So if you whine, if you're disrespectful, your point becomes invalid. It falls on deaf ears. So be clear and concise. And it's important to note that none of this is set in stone at all. They're rumors, and it's getting a lot of people revved up. I genuinely love Destiny. Through ups and downs, it's a game that I call home. It feels right. And these rumors are floating around that the next installment of Destiny is not going to have PvP. There are some other things that we won't talk about because I don't dig spoiling things for other players. I personally don't do that. And as a content creator, I follow other content creators. I'm friends with them. I follow Destiny daily, so I see these rumors all the time. These spoilers. And it pains me when I see spoilers in thumbnails, in the title, and the viewer doesn't have an option or a choice in the matter at all. It's like spoiling the end of the movie. And it also takes away the magic a little bit from Bungie. The only thing in Destiny 2 that really got past all that was the Whisper quest. The community was so hyped when they found it out, and that's how it really should be. Imagine if Wrath of the Machine came out, you knew all the perks already, there's a new secret pulse rifle, it's called Outbreak Prime, and when Destiny came to PC, it's open for data mining. So whatever Bungie did to hide and mask the Whisper, they need to do that going forward. But back to the topic at hand. PvP in Destiny 2 has gone through the gauntlet. I mean, 4v4, snipers and shotguns were in heavy, there was a slow time to kill, then we got a faster TTK. We had 6v6, faster super recharge rate. Day 1 PvP is different from now. And I don't think anyone out there is going to argue that today's PvP is worse off than it was at the start of Destiny 2 PvP. They tried something, it didn't work, they made it right by player feedback. And the rumor of the next Destiny game not having a traditional PvP does worry me, because you know that feeling you get when something goes wrong or something really bad happens? You see something really bad, you get that pit in your stomach, you feel nauseous a little bit. When I saw on Twitter that Josh Hamrick was leaving Bungie, it legitimately upset me, and it upsets me because I like the person. I know players get upset at developers and they think that they don't know what they're doing, but that's their job, man. If you seriously think that if they don't want their work to be successful and they don't take it seriously, you need a reality check. I can't think of one person that wakes up, goes to work with extensive schooling and their passions, their vision, their craft, and they think, oh well, how do I suck today? No one. There's not a person on the planet that does that. That's their job, that's their vision, that's their passion. And Josh helped change the sandbox at the end of Destiny 1. In Destiny 2, he was a part of the overhaul of PvP. I mean, not just him, there was a full team, but on March 24th, he said this was going to be his last week at Bungie, and it's time to move on to something else for a little bit, and Friday the 29th would be the final day. Well, the 29th came, and senior designer John Wisniewski announces that he's also left Bungie, the same day that Hamrick leaves, so 2 PvP-centered developers. You couple this with the fact that Destiny PvP feels like it's kind of been on the back burner, right? Trials canceled, no new weapons aside from a couple returning Year 1 weapons, no new maps, no new game modes, no true sandbox shifts. And as of January 12th, Josh Hamrick laid out the vision for the sandbox and how Bungie plans to tackle PvP. And to quote, as frequently as possible, continue to shift the combat meta with sandbox updates to keep Destiny fresh. Investigate and improve outliers, underperformers in terms of popularity or effectiveness, to keep all of your given sandbox options feeling relevant and effective choices, addressing major quality of life sandbox issues reported by the community to maintain a smooth and consistent gameplay experience in Destiny. One of 3 things from the outside looking in has happened. Number 1, they were laid off due to cost. Number 2, PvP is getting backburnered or axed. Or number 3, they legit are just leaving the company on the same day at the same time. And the last one's kind of hard to believe, because that's job security. With all these publishers and studios laying off developers by the thousands, which seems quarterly, I don't think that's the case. That leaves the first 2 options, and I look at it like this. Long tenured developers of 12 years, specifically in PvP design, they leave on the same day. It's none of my business as to why, but it is a business that Bungie is running. They did split from Activision, major publishers, again, are laying off thousands of developers, which seems quarterly to cut costs. So that's between them, and I know wherever they end up, it's a game I definitely want to play and I will check out. We'll see how all that plans out, but I'm a huge fan of this game. PvP is something that I would hope that Bungie keeps around. It always goes back to Halo, and I know some of you are thinking, oh, here we go, CoolGuy and Halo again, but Halo 1, 2, and 3, and a little bit of reach, they're very iconic. Halo 2 and 3 specifically got MLG started, specifically changed the landscape for console shooters. It's that pedigree. So to me and many others, nothing feels like a Bungie game. Bungie does something very special with their shooters to make them feel good. So when I think of Destiny 1 PvP, that's kind of a good model to go off of. And you pair that with going back into the Halo days. So Bungie really doesn't have to reinvent the wheel when it comes to PvP, especially when Halo 1, 2, and 3 paved the way. They really don't. It's a standard that was set a long time ago by themselves. So to see that an arena-style shooter, a Bungie arena-style shooter, could possibly get axed or just disappear, that would kind of break my heart. And now they do have free reign on the franchise, and they get to actually do their true experience of what Destiny should be. And maybe that vision doesn't involve PvP. Maybe PvP would just be a headache, and they just don't want to deal with it. Again, players are coming up with these rumors, journalists, YouTubers, due to these leaks, and we're all talking about it, and it's due to developers not being there anymore, due to PvP's track record in Destiny 2, the no new maps, things like that. We know that they have a lot on their plate with the Activision split. Another season is coming, another game is coming, all the while they're trying to keep up with Destiny 2 PvP. It's all concerning to me. I'll continue to love PvP in this game, but that doesn't mean it's all rainbows, kitties, and sunshine. So I do want to take a moment to talk about some of the issues that I have currently, and as a player, again, I think about the overall health of the game. And the first thing that really comes to mind is Luna's Howl and Not Forgotten. It really dictates the entirety of PvP. And I don't think there's anyone out there that has clear eyes that can say otherwise. Don't get me wrong. It's an incredible concept, they're incredible weapons, but nothing really competes with them, and when it first came out, I used them extensively, and as time went on though, I kind of noticed it was vastly superior than anything else, and it simply wasn't fun to use anymore. And also as a content creator, I'm not the biggest one out there, but people do recognize me, and after a play session, I have over 100 messages, and when people see me, they want to try against me, so I see Luna and Not Forgotten a lot, and I also get teabagged a lot. I get teabagged like every game I play, that doesn't bother me. But what does bother me is the overall health of the game. And that's not to say that they don't make sandbox changes, and we kind of take them lightly, and this is how big Luna's Howl and Not Forgotten play on PvP. A couple weeks ago, Shotguns got tuning. On 129 a couple months ago, Scouts ARs got a great buff, which by the way, bring the might out in your next play session, you're going to be really surprised, it's really good. But these changes aren't really felt, they're great buffs, but you wouldn't really know that, and these changes aren't going to be felt until something's done about these hand cannons. It's keeping a lot of players out of PvP, and that's really not good for the game. I saw something like 25% of all energy kills in PvP last week was from the Luna's Howl. It's gotten to the point that for a lot of players, if they don't run Lunas or Not Forgotten, they will have them used against them, and they're at a severe disadvantage, not to mention all the players that don't even have them. And it is to the point of what Bungie says that they can't have, a weapon that is the only option. When I made my Luna review, that's the truth. You will see these hand cannons in every single game you play until Destiny 3 or the next installment of Destiny, unless Bungie changes them. You won't see true buffs from other weapons and other archetypes actually shine or being used if these hand cannons are still the way that they are. I've seen things like, well, make a playlist that doesn't have pinnacle weapons. Which, by the way, if they had a Crucible Labs playlist, and I don't know where that went, that didn't have Mountaintop, Luna, Not Forgotten, Recluse, I can all but guarantee you that the majority of the population would shift right in there. There's zero doubt in my mind. And the players left in Quick Play, the original playlist, are pretty much now playing comp against each other. If you do that, though, the last word sniping would be the new norm. That's a new can of worms. I trust that if any changes are made, they're going to do it right. And it's up to the player to present to them the why of situations, why something is bad, why something doesn't play right or isn't right. And then it's up to them to make changes as they see necessary. And as we're going through here and all this coexists with PvP, another thing is going to be supers. The only option is to either stand firm, you must have someone team shot with you, or you just simply jump off the map. Like, that's the option to go against a super right now. Not a sniper headshot, not a shotgun beatdown, nothing works. The armor that you get's way too high, or you need to have heavy. And that brings us to heavy. They've messed around with heavy so much in Destiny 2. Here's the deal. Here's to the point that I'm at now. Heavy spawns a lot. Not to mention you can run scav perks, get 2 rockets, so someone can shoot a ward cliff, die. Someone picks up a brick. They shoot a rocket, they die. Someone picks up a brick. This guy has a machine gun. He only gets off 20 rounds. He drops the brick. By this time, the new heavy's up. I'm about ready for Destiny 1 to come back with it all. Mid-game, heavy spawns once for both sides. Everyone has their fun for 20 seconds, and then it's over. We're done with it. That's where I'm at. Once per game, everyone have their fun for 20 seconds, it's over. That goes for comp too, mid-round like we did in Trials. A lot of players that do play PvP, it's the same reward screen, you get the same 5 weapons over and over and over. But with those weapons and the gear that you get, one of the things that's always kind of bothered me is that there's no PvP activity that grants enhanced perks. Currently we have the Raid, Dreaming City, the Reckoning that grant enhanced perks. And on that subject, the Iron Burden wasn't for me. I mean, you have to think, Banner is skill based, so I have players on my skill level, I'm over 100 levels lower than them, and those people are using Luna's Howl and Not Forgotten. It's just not fun one bit. The idea is great, especially for lower players getting bumped 100 light. That's really what it should be for, so they can participate, get powerful gear, and move on. But other than that, it really wasn't for me, not to mention the Aaron Till compared to the Iron Banner fusion. But moving on, we're moving towards the end here. There are a lot of things I want for this game. There's so many ways to change it up. I mean, I would like to see weapon bounties come back from Shacks, get 50 kills with the pulse rifle, get 50 kills with the fusion, and so on. Those bounties would change the landscape game to game. It artificially changes the sandbox and the meta, because players are going to be working on these bounties at different times to complete them, especially if there's a reward like something Nightshade had for PvE. I could go on, there's a lot to talk about in this video. I do trust that they have a plan though. I really hope PvP is going to be in that plan. Regardless, for me and this channel, I will cover this game now and into the future because it's special, because it's great, because I love digging into builds, weapons, I love digging into gear, stats. That's going to come from me now and into the future, regardless of what happens. But I really do hope PvP stays, man. The only reason I did make the video is it got real when 2 lead PvP developers announced that they were no longer with the company. And that was so upsetting on a number of levels. But it's your time now, and the next video that we have is going to be a spare rations review. It's a very special hand cannon. I would like to know your thoughts about all of this. Let's talk about it in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching, and until the next one, I am CoolGuy.